Hey everybody, Chad with Elsa's Auto out here on this pasture. We're getting several cars and trucks out of here, taking a quick look at these in as found, where found condition, taking a little bit better look at them when we get back to the yard. This little 62 Rambler we're going to take a quick look at. Pretty rough old car, but there again, once it's smashed, it ain't good for nothing. So we're going to go ahead and drag it in just in case somebody needs some stuff off of it. Well, here she is, as found, where found, walking around the cow patties out in the middle of this old pasture. Old equipment still sitting around here. Obviously been here for a long time. Far from complete anymore, but there are still definitely bits and pieces on it that somebody's going to be able to use. So, like I said, we're kind of out in the middle of nowhere, but I know we like to check these things out as found, where found. So we're going to get her loaded up here in a little while. We're going to start moving some stuff around. We got the tractor out here. We're going to get these moved around where I can load them. And after I get them all hauled back in, we will take a little bit better look at her. Well, we got this little Rambler loaded up and hauled out of the pasture. Got her here into the yard. And don't have it put away with the rest of the Ramblers yet, but we're going to go ahead and share it with you, take a quick look at it anyway. And like you saw when it was in the pasture, not a heck of a lot left of this little car. I think it's a 62. And one of the reasons that I wanted to go ahead and grab it is I'm getting more and more calls for some of this kind of different odd stuff. And that 61, 2, 3, 4 era of Rambler, I basically had nothing here at all. So even though this car is rough, not a ton of stuff here, I didn't have anything in this window. And the other option for this car was the shredder. And obviously we know when they're flat, there's really not much anything good on them. So let's take a quick walk around and get a little better idea of what is actually here. The Rambler Classic, like I said, I think it's a 62 and it's rough, but when it goes and be flat, there's nothing there. So we're gonna go ahead and get this lined up with the rest of the Ramblers, get it in its slot. And like I said, there are some guys that are still messing with some of these cars because they're different and they're unique. This one still, we can see, has a lot of the trim on it. Does have some rust in it, kind of a weird spot there on top of the fender. No drivetrain in this car. And inside is obviously pretty rough as well, with the windshield and the back glass being gone. But there's something kind of unique and interesting. You can see these in there. I think those are Chevrolet truck bumper guards. Kind of an interesting piece. I didn't even see those out there when I was loading the car. But as we walk around it, it has this unique trim on the pillars that a lot of the Ramblers and Nashes had. There is still some decent trim on this, window moldings, side moldings. We come around the back, rear bumper's gone, but a little bit of the other trim is still here. Rambler Custom. And here's something else interesting about this little Rambler. O'Connell, Great Bend. We saw that. That was the local dealership for these cars. So this car has probably been here, right around here, its whole life. Something caught it back here in the quarter panel at some point in its life. And we can kind of take a peek in from this angle. You'll see the dash cluster, the steering wheel and horn ring and stuff is still there, but a lot of the other pieces are already gone out of this old car. The hubcap over here, let's see what this is. That looks interesting. You never know what you're going to find in some of these old cars sometimes. So let's take a peek at this. Old Chevrolet cap, kind of banged up, but one thing about it, you never know what you're going to find in some of these old cars. The bumper guards we just found were pretty cool, so you always want to check. And over on this side, still has some of the trim, still has the Classic on the front up here as well. But overall, just not a ton left of this old Rambler. But like I said, I didn't have anything in that window. And still hate to see any of this stuff go to the crusher, because at that point, it's gone forever. Well, there you have it. The little Rambler from the pasture to the yard. It's here. We'll get it sorted in with the rest of the Ramblers, and it'll be here if anybody needs any bits and pieces. Got any questions about this little Rambler, just give me a shout, 620-786-4428, so we can have a short conversation about your project. Get all the details, year, make, model, body style, parts you need, things like that, to know if I may or may not have something here that can help you out. With 2,000 cars and trucks on the ground, I've got a lot of inventory, so all that information is critical. You like old cars, you like old trucks, be sure to check out the channel, Nobody's Show. We do a lot of old cars and trucks on here, that's all we do, as well as toys, memorabilia, cans, signs. We have a lot of fun doing it. So be sure to check out the channel, check out some of the other videos. Be sure to subscribe to the Nobody Show channel and click that notification button as well. We do a lot of cool live stuff on here. You don't want to miss that. And we have a ton of cool stuff coming up. I've been dragging in a lot of inventory, so you don't want to miss it. 54 Chevy half-ton 3100 5-window custom cab pickup, 53 Chevy coupe, 6640 Econoline van, 65 F100, 57 Cadillac. We got a lot of cool inventory that's been hitting the ground here recently that we haven't even shared with you yet. You don't want to miss any of that. So be sure to subscribe, click that notification button, check out the other videos. Got any questions, give me a shout. Hope you enjoyed the old Rambler. Stay tuned, a lot more cool stuff coming up. We sure hope to see you soon on the next video. Thanks for watching, everybody.